Morning, my corporate friends. I'm Sreejith shivmoksha from Merror Corporate. This year, everybody will be so busy because the most auspicious of our corporate day, because we are expecting the holiday weekend. We should complete all our week programs in this day. So in this library, I want to talk about our one of the action brands, vehicle awareness. As in every awareness in pattern, so we had shared all valuable adequacies like the bathing adequacy, workout adequacy, morning routine adequacy, and dining adequacy, and dressing adequacy, and telephonic adequacy, and money adequacy. We were seeing a lot of important action plans which we do every day to day activities. And in addition to that, in this gallery, we are going to have the most important and valuable tips concerning the vehicle maintenance, safety, clearance, as well as precautions of the vehicle. There are a lot of disadvantages of maintaining the vehicle. First of all, I want to share a little experience, the corporate experience, which I had the previous month when we are trying for having the latest advanced vehicle user, which is estimation near about 15 to 18 to 20 lakhs on behalf of our company run efforts. Our director choosing the car, and they given a lot of stipulations that they will deliver the car in right time and right place. Or waiting more than 1.5 months, there was no research. They are saying that the vehicle is delayed. And they asked us to pay the all details, the money. Actually, Sundram finances our regular financier. We have purchased so many vehicles through the Sundram Finance. The most goods carriers are there, two-wheelers there. So we are having a constant and such a mutual communication along with the Sundram Finance. And ABG also our favorable person. So they do love it. But our company and the director has the great dignity along with the company's not only company with relations, all sector he is developing the majestic personality in this Coimbatore district, the Kongu district, Kongu land. So what happened when we are expecting with an enjoyable satire, we're expecting manner, but they are delaying. What is the result? Every time, consequently, we are following the cards. They are responding 2 days, 4 days, delaying. And this is really what they say that the vehicle is in the under temporary registration. The vehicle is in Chennai and the Pondicherry. Only one vehicle is available. If you want the fresh vehicle from the fresh showroom, we will have to wait 1 month more. We shout here. We plan to give notice against them. It's an illegal. They given the false pledging to us they will deliver the vehicle as soon as receive the money. We have paid the whole money, we give the check, and everything that's received from us, we provided all the documents whatever they recommend. But they are befooling us. Saying that if the vehicle should be brought from the Chennai, the transportation cost is 40,000. Of course, we are ready to pay that 40,000, they will deliver the vehicle. What is this? We against it, we will meet in the court. It is not a genuine dealing. You are not a proper dealer. We will have to talk with the company directly. After this is already they accepted an expense of 40,000 rupees and delivered the car as fresh from the showroom on road. The sophisticated we have left for this upholstery works. It is being manufactured. It is being decorated in a lovable manner. This is what. Now we are following the another vehicle. So the way I'm saying that we must be aware about this dealers. What kind of talks are going that must be followed? You must have all witness for the talks. When you deliver your documents, just DL card or the PAN card or other card or the OC of the company or your details, whatever documents, you have to get authority from the people, attestation from the person who is receiving, the executive who is receiving all the documents must be signed. You should sign in the document. You get the document. That is what my instruction in the company. I'm instructing to the staffs in administrative office or regional office, wherever, as the chief executive, I am administrating. I am bringing the implementation that every event must be written in the document. That is filed. 3 files we have. One is management, one is from personal, one is my executive office, chief executive office, and another one is administrative office. And day-to-day statement is maintained. Whatever event, since morning to evening till you complete the work of the company, whatever work you complete, you must be written in the file. It will be very helpful. Whatever money you lose in the bank, that must be treated. Suddenly, when we are doubting about what money, when we deposit here, a lot of problems are there. So the check dealing is important, mail communication important, a lot of things there. So the vehicle purchase is very important. A lot of liabilities, risks are there to purchase. And another advocation is that you should purchase the vehicle the next year. Don't purchase in this month. Do I say any sentimental feeling? No. It is 100% profit for you because the model is low. Of course, you purchase this month 2017. Just if you're waiting 10 days later, you can get a fresh vehicle, the fresh model 2018. So this is the advice to you to purchase that lovable car, new year, new life, everything nice must be there. Okay, what are the most important tips for the vehicle maintenance? The vehicle maintenance is because vehicle only demonstrating our personality, prestige and background. What car you go there? What is the value of the car? When you go buy BMW, a Jaguar, and a more valuable car there, I don't know the various name, but now the people are so crazy and curious about purchasing the car. It's a car or bike, whatever vehicles, it's very important. It showing your estimation, what's the person you are. Not only having the car, but also we have to maintain and giving the protection to the vehicle, whatever we have. The mechanism must be known. The vehicle owner must know the mechanism of the vehicle, how the engine is functioning, what is the maneuver, and according to that we must know the basic system about the mechanism of the vehicle. And maintenance, what are the maintenance, how we have to ride the car. There are some most important details for the riding the car. First of all, we have to care about the circumstances and situations and weather kind situation. According to that, we have to wear all the safety armors to us, whether the coat or helmet, and what about, according to that, we have to pre-plan about the vehicle. And concerning the vehicle maintenance, the steering and acceleration and braking system must be checked, and the speed must be limited, and mind about the weather and traffic situation, and also unnecessary accelerations. Some persons are unnecessarily accelerating much. You are unwantedly expensing the fuel consumption, as well as the lower fuel consumption must be chosen, and the car and driving rain time is raining during the rain time. Driving the car must be so care about it, and during carrying the kids or pets through the vehicle, we must so aware about it. We should not ride the vehicle in an unaware manner, so we must be so cautious about it. Actually, there are some daily tips. So first of all, when we embark in the vehicle, we must have the plan, traveling plan, which area we go to ride the vehicle today. What is the consumption of the vehicle? So it is advisable to fill the tank cap only in the adequate level. You should not fill up and tank up the fuel as a brimming manner. Otherwise, there are a lot of disadvantages and dangerous opportunities to occur. So we have to avoid that kind of tank upping. So you have to tank up only the very traded and recommended stations, petrol stations. It is more advisable. We have to check about the throttle play and throttle grip and steering position, steering condition. Most of accidents have occurred because of the steering lock. Sometimes the mechanism will be failure, the car will undergo that kind of the steering failure. It is very dangerous. You just imagine that. I have seen such kind of accidents while I was driving the car. And so tire care is more important. The tire must be very proper condition. The air pressure must be proper. The stepney is important. We must know to fix the stepney. So many people driving the car and the bike without knowing to dismantle the wheel from the cab. It is very important. And the clear carburetors, we have to cleaning the carburetors and the spark plug and the air filter. This must be cleared often. This is a daily check. Is weekly once we have to check these kind of things. And the electronic buses indicators must be checked, as well as the engine oil is very important. We have to choose a proper branded and branded engine oil to the cars. These will give you a good result for the daily routine works. These are the day. And what are the precautions of the vehicle? So most important that we should not use after the vehicle is attend the collision. Of course, if any collision and accident, you have to leave in the carriage and the vehicle station for the complete perfect service. Before that, you should not ride it. And when you are leaving that, we have to check it, the control, level, levers and cables, and we should not drive. The battery condition is very important. What is the battery condition? Because if you don't care about the battery will affect and damage the whole electrical, all parts of the vehicle. So battery must be very fine and a very strong position. And that is very important. Engine oil and spark plug cleaning. So these are all checked up. After this kind of mishaps, the vehicle must be left for the proper service, and then you have to check up every day this kind of spares, very importantly. And cleaning procedure. The cleaning, when do we clean the vehicle? So many people leaving the vehicle to the carriage service station. How much money expense that? Why shouldn't you exercise? You are making a lot of exercises. Why you should not be one of the exercises, your day-to-day exercises? At least weekly once you can clean your car of the bike. I used to have that. So when you are cleaning the car, you don't pressurize the water on that most important parts like engine or any electronic parts, because that when it is wetted and the function and the velocity and the mechanism, everything is spoiled. And after you wash the car or bike, that must be dried in the hot sun. Till it dry, you have to leave it. After it dried, you have to start the vehicle and leave it for some time. It will be running. So the functioning will be very proper. And brake check, you have to, after wash the car, you just check it whether the brake application is right, or the electrical indicators are working, buses are working properly. Apart from that, the concentration and more care must be required about the theft, vehicle theft. Nowadays, there are a lot of advanced technical thefts of the explosivity. They are taking care of the vehicle. So we must park the vehicle in a proper area, in a secure area, and while you are leaving from the car or the bike, we should not leave a key in the ignition switch. That must be closed and all must be locked. And there are a lot of electronic switches and alarm is there. You can have it. Of course, if you are inside of the meeting or any places, of course, anyone touches the vehicle, it will alarming you that somebody, foreigner is touching the vehicle. It is very important. So these kind of tips will help you much, one thing, and a lot of awareness is there in this lovable and current world, and the weekends is nearing. And I hope that you will be taking great care about your vehicle. During vehicle, the more attention is important. Don't ride a vehicle while you are talking phone or reading books and anything. The complete attention must be of riding. That is what I am suggesting, advocating all my people. When I am driving the car in the highways, I will be driving more than 120 kilometers per hour. At that time, I don't use to talk with the people. It is night. Also, if you want to talk, if you hear some songs, you can, but devote your concentration in a different manner. And on the other hand, you should not be concentrating these sort of things. It's very important. Hence, we must write in a very, very awesome manner. Vehicle is one of our life partner, because it is risking our life in so many places. So many people are losing their life unwantedly because of their careless attitude. So we have to avoid. We must care about the vehicle care. The day will be very blissful and profitable, most advantageous to you. Till then, Sreejith shivmoksha, White Merror Capper.